created by a
I'm
proxy.
very happy with the chaos I have instigated.
Are you very happy? Are you
I am.
extremely happy for what you've done?
Yes.
You
Welcome to Mistwalkers, everybody. We're a couple people down. Just everybody send Maggie good vibes across the universe. And Sly's just at a party. So we're gonna.
Cool for us.
Yeah, very much too cool for us. So we are gonna hop right into it. As soon as I figure out why Alaric's thing is not showing. Shit! You're there. I can see you. Why you no work? Goodness sake.
I've said that about my brain before.
Same though.
It's like when everybody logs on to the advisor to try and set their classes right before the semester starts, and it just crashes.
Yeah, absolutely.
University advisor, why you no work?
All right, so starting off, we have our sponsor, CanadianDice.ca. You can use the code TheVactera, all one word, at CanadianDice.ca and get 10% off of your order. It is not just dice. It is dice trays, that necklace Artemis is wearing, not that specific one, but ones like it. Pins, stickers. No, too bad. And there's a range. There's a bunch of hand poured dice. There's, the typical sort of round edge stuff you can get on Amazon, but cheaper. And then there's some metal stuff. Go check it out. My phone keeps turning off, and this is really annoying. ADHD is not happy. As well with Canadian Dice, Maggie, who unfortunately is not with us tonight, is going to be doing a pick of the week. And this week it is the Burning Hands set. No special offer or anything. It's just a highlight of this is the dice set we like today or this week. So go check it out and pick up some for yourself. They're very pretty. They'll show up in this little panel down here if they haven't already. But they're orange and red and yellow and very pretty.
Our pick of the week, it's like ESPN when those dudes talk about sports as if they played it.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I'm spicy today.
You are spicy today. Let's see. Coming up this week on Wednesday, a couple of us are going to be over on Goodman Games' official Twitch channel. We are going to be starting our new Mutant Crawl Classic game. And that's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Goodman Games. And that'll be bi-weekly, not weekly. Friday, we're back with Fixius 5 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you prefer podcasts, check us out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. And that's all the vamping I'm going to be doing right now, because we're going to break right down into the feels.
Oh, good. My favorite.
No.
There were some major feels last episode. Yeah. Hard to know even where to start, but the party made it through another mist wall towards Il Atuk. And upon exiting, Athelstan received correspondence from Tommen, their sibling, his sister, Justina, and Van Richten. He only really chose to share the letter from Justina with Keli, who had the same reaction of, what the fuck am I reading and who wrote this? But they eventually found themselves speaking to a tree, Stoke the Oak, and his father Leroy, in order to determine where Tommen had been camped. Tommen is Athelstan's younger sibling.
Who knows?
Younger question mark. We don't care. We love them.
Younger than.
So they eventually got out of Stoke the Oak that there was a solitary camper some 16 oaks away, and they headed that way. Unfortunately, Tommen was prepared for an invasion. Not so much Athelstan and his friends, but probably the Kargat, the invisible police that work across Darkon, or the pack of wildlings that seem to be taking over. Ultimately, several people literally walked into a trap. And unfortunately, the NPCs that follow the party around didn't roll so hot, leading to the explosion starting. Through some quick thinking on some of the party members' parts, they were able to keep everyone from basically falling to their deaths into a pit about 100 feet deep. Tommen apologized profusely, shrinking away from Keli at first, because Keli was not happy. Nobody was happy, let's be real. But Keli, especially. The rage was evident. Eventually, the party began to walk towards Tommen's encampment, which is where you find yourselves now. I'll share this pretty map I made you, even though most of the party's not here.
What are these question marks?
What question marks?
Sorry,
They were throwing up question marks.
it initially showed up as question marks.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
okay.
just loading.
Just needed to load. So you now find yourself in Tommen's camp. There's a lot of metal detritus around. You can see there's Tommen's tent. There's a cart, like a wagon, and a giant boulet laying on a pile of hay.
Oh, Bill.
Tommen goes over to Bill and begins scratching under his chin. Bill's like, tails flapping against the ground.
Tell me that one of the legs is kicking at the back.
Sure. Yeah. It's just that right spot that makes you the happiest as a puppy. For sure.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
He's really harmless, I swear. I mean, unless I tell him to bite you, and that's a different story, but generally speaking, he's good people.
I'm sure. I am very sure. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, how fast can you pack up all your shit so we can get the hell out of here?
Well, depends on how thorough.
Can you show us how to do it safely so we can help you?
No.
Okay.
There's a lot of sharp metal things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can cut yourself pretty easily.
Yeah. So stay out of your way?
Sure. I'll go as fast as I can, but like as soon as the crate's full, you can put it on the wagon and Bill will pull the wagon.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Assembly line.
All right. He gives like more scritches to Bill and then sets to work. There's several trips in and out of the tent, and the first trip in and the first trip out, he's like, there's not too much metal in here.
I don't know how you got away from the castle with all of it. Anyway.
It was mostly in the bag of holding. I've been planning to leave for a while.
Well, yeah, but can it...
Most of it, yeah.
So which map are we on?
I shared it with you.
I'm still on the battle map.
Yeah, Alaric isn't on this map.
Oh, sorry, Alaric.
You're not allowed to be here.
I must have missed you on the thingy. My apologies.
Okay, I can see things now.
Sorry about that.
I don't want to drive the character that you're driving, Artemis, but Atlas would totally be trying to get to know Bill.
Yeah, they totally would be. Like, just sort of like shimmy over there.
Is a bullet a beast?
Make an Arcana or Nature check.
I can't move the token, sweetie.
Oops. Oh, sorry.
Can I just...
Okay.
Can I just say hi?
As Atlas?
No, as Cedar.
Cedar.
Cedar's here now. Cedar, the barefoot, runs through the camp. Excuse me, bye.
Wait, why is this Gerblin here? So nature or arcana?
Or Athelstan.
Athelstan.
Just gonna say, "What's up?" to Bill.
There's no verbal response, but there's a sort of like this rumble from inside Bill's throat. So you assume not a beast.
Mm-hmm. He just goes, "Arr."
More or less, yeah.
The Bullet version of Aru.
Yeah.
Adorable. Cool. Continuing with the assembly line. Holding open bag of holding as sharp objects are nearly skimming my knuckles and stuff like that.
At one point, Tommen does lean out of his tent. He's like, there's not too much sharp in here if somebody wants to help me with like my books and stuff.
Athelstan ducks in.
Is it not unlocked? I unlocked it, I thought.
Yeah, you're good. I moved it.
Okay. Sorry, I just saw there was another unlock there.
Wherever Gordon is hanging out, that's where Sly is hanging out.
Yeah. He's over here in the
Keely's-
trees.
Keely's keeping watch and like helping move boxes and shit like that and avoiding Gabriella.
Avoiding Gabriella?
Yep.
Okay. How obvious are you making the avoidance?
She's not trying to hide it.
All right.
Mostly she's
Or-
avoiding looking at her face.
Uh-huh.
Not like that she's avoiding like being around her, she's just avoiding looking at her face right now.
It looks like Breeze ducked into the tent behind Tommen and Athelstan is just like, it's like, and then it opens again, and Athelstan's like, and Alaric just goes striding past. Ah!
All right. So with you holding the bag of holding open, Tommen just starts like hucking his books and like other things into the bag of holding. It's, for how quickly he probably had to leave Castle Avernus, you assume he probably has been packed for a little bit. And there's evidence here that he may have ventured into Il Atuk a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Just, random bits and bobs that wouldn't be readily available if one had to vacate very quickly.
There's like a durian over on the table.
Yeah. Other things of comfort like bedding and all that stuff.
The durian's
Yeah.
probably got some like wiring and like a light bulb attached to it with a battery on one side, but the battery is like a core.
No, the battery is actually honey and alkaline acid.
Thank you.
Like a mixture of alkaline and acid. I remember
Yep.
seeing that on something.
Okay.
Ancient battery.
Yeah.
Athelstan will ask, so catch me up, what's going on?
Well,
How did you get out?
Well, I was up in my workshop, and then the ground started moving. And as I was scrambling to stay on my feet, the entire wing separated from the rest of the castle.
Okay. Where did it end up?
Up, floating.
Okay.
You've seen it, right? Did you go by it?
Yes, I've seen it, but
Yeah.
how did you escape? How did you get out of there?
Panic really helps people do things that they didn't think they could do.
Okay. Because nobody saw you leave, so you did very well.
Yeah. So I managed to jump.
There's just like a smash cut flashback of Tom and just like the ground and. Okay.
Don't worry, I got enough hit points. I'm practically a god.
Yep, actually, for real though.
Yeah, so that happened, and then after like the main bit happened, I kind of went back and tried to see if there was anything I could salvage or try to find Justina and Ranlar and Squalamus, I guess, and Eugene.
Qualimus is still there.
Yeah, I know. Still a weird little shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, so I went back and did that, and then I found Bill in one of Father's workshops. And
Athelstan just like stops and like looks out. Oh wait, no, they said this last time. Never mind, sorry.
yeah, he was in one of the incubators.
Yeah, forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Probably did that the first time.
Yeah, definitely. And then I got whatever else I could and left. I was going to go to the Institute because that seemed to be kind of the safest place for somebody like me.
Mm-hmm.
But hasn't been super easy getting there. So,
No.
yeah.
We'll get you there.
I'm not sure we should go either.
But we can't stay here. Not
No,
after
of
that.
course. I mean, that's why we're packing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine.
Ranlar, I don't know if you've heard, Ranlar and Yostina are heading to the springs of Avernus.
I heard a little bit of scuttlebutt about it, but I didn't know what actually happened, so
He hands them Yostina's letter.
he pauses from packing and starts to read it. And you can see on his face that it just sort of like screws up, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Uh,
Total bullshit. Total bullshit.
It's their handwriting, though.
Yes. I had
Let's
written
see
to
if
her-
he sees what...
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if there was like a code, but I haven't looked at it again.
I mean, it doesn't look like she wrote it under duress or anything. Like, nobody forced her to do it.
No.
There's no, like, stuttering in her signature. This is strange.
You're good with puzzles. If there's anything to decode in it, I'm sure you can do it.
I'll try, but...
Does Ulrich hear any of this?
Well, we're
Yeah,
in the
you're-
same tent.
And
You're in there.
Could it? 1 second. I think I have access to one spell. Could the leather be an illusion?
No, it's definitely not
I
an
hold
illusion.
it under a black light, which Tommen surely has in the corner where they smoke all their weed.
There's no... Oh, okay. I mean, it looks exactly as it looks.
Yep, nothing.
But I don't see any illusion or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll talk.
It's very strange, though. We should probably go check on... I know we don't like her as a general rule, but she's still our sister.
No. Definitely was on one of my lists to do, and I don't think we'll talk later. Just keep packing.
It was at the bottom of the list, wasn't it? Like right above finding Randlar.
Ranlar went with her.
I thought they left together and then
Eugene said that they left together heading towards the springs. I heard that Ranlar was in Rivalis drinking himself stupid, but Eugene said that he saw him and her leave together.
I thought he went to Corvia, though, to assemble like an army. That's what I had heard.
That's another thing I heard. Sorry, out of character, Moose. Did I misinterpret how you said that? Misinterpret, Eugene? Because I had asked, it's like they left together to go to springs, or
Eugene wasn't sure. He
Oh,
wasn't sure. He just knows that they left Castle Avernus together after the explosion.
okay. Never mind. Etch a sketch.
Okay.
Literally, they do that, and Athelstan is just like, wait, what? Time literally rewinds just because Tommen did that. Anyway, yeah, trying their things fly out of their hair.
isn't Randlar the Bog King?
No, Ranlar is not the Bog King.
Who's
That's
the Bog King?
Llewellyn. The Bog King is
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, yeah. I haven't seen Llewellyn, but
Neither have I, but I'm very excited about it.
the wildlings are attached to them somehow.
And we're shoving things in bags as we're talking.
Oh, yeah. Look, I assume packing is happening during this entire business of chatting.
It's like that scene in Sword in the Stone where Merlin is like, hockety pockety walkety whack. The sugar bowl is beating up the teapot.
Yep.
What is Alaric doing?
Packing.
He's all over the place, but he's outside the tent. He's over there, and up there.
He's
So,
very used to quickly packing up a workshop.
Yeah.
Yep.
just
but
like
he just-
a brief description of the tent. There's like, the bedding, and then there's like a little sort of workbench with books and stuff on it. There's some storage, lots of metal detritus again. And then there's like sketchbooks and, big thick tomes of plans and blueprints. And those, they had been tossing books in kind of like over the shoulder, but those you noticed were more like just kind of general knowledge stuff or things to read for entertainment. The actual like blueprint books and his sketchbooks, they put into the bag of holding like very gingerly.
Snatches Tusk Love from the air. You are too young to be reading this.
I am not. I turned 19 when you were gone.
You are too young to be reading this.
I disagree.
Throws it out the door. And hopefully it hits Keli in the head.
Do you know how much I had to pay for that?
Just pick it up when you leave.
Oh, I'm going to. Don't worry. Make a dex check.
Okay.
And Keli, roll a d100.
I can't see out the tent through the tent flap, but like
No, I know.
We'll see what happens. Dex check, you said. I mean, it might as well hit somebody.
Okay.
15 I rolled, and you rolled for Atlas.
And
Why did you roll for Atlas? I didn't want to hit I didn't want to hit Atlas.
Sorry.
I mean, granted, Atlas is out there, but Atlas is over by Bill, as far as I know.
But I
Yeah.
mean, the way that door goes, that's like right at where Atlas would be.
I don't think everybody's moving around the map though, as they're
It just
checking up.
flies out of the tent flap if we're going by how everyone is, and it just like loops around like in that movie where they swing their gun when they shoot and it sends the bullet in a curve.
Yeah,
which
okay.
makes no sense. What is that film called? You know what I'm talking about though,
You know
right?
exactly the movie, yeah.
Was it
Wanted?
Angelina Jolie? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
Wanted? Yeah.
No.
Is that what that is?
Isn't it?
I don't know. There's
They
like
curve-
he
Like where she like goes like that or whatever, and it curves
she
the
like
thing.
goes like that and it curves the bullet's path. Yeah, it goes
Yeah,
around with a rounded
that's wanted.
corner.
Yeah,
It's
It's
wanted.
so weird, but like also there's a point where some dude wakes up in a tub and like breaks ice over the top of it, which I don't understand.
Magic. Anyway, the book flies out and lands probably about 2 feet from Keli's feet.
The fuck?
Don't burn it, it's mine!
You're
Like,
too
picks it
young.
up out of the dirt.
Too
I'm-
young.
I'm not too young. I'm 19.
You are tiny.
I can't help that. That's just how I was grown.
You were small.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean I'm not aged.
You are not old enough.
A bottle of wine is also short.
You started drinking wine when you were literally 14, just like the rest of us.
Yeah. And I could start reading smut at 19. All right. So you get the tent packed probably in like record time with 4 of you working on the inside of it. Outside, most of everything is packed up, and Tommen just kind of gives it a cursory glance. Feels really bad about like just abandoning, half-finished projects and all of this metal that would be so useful in like other sort of projects. But he understands.
Then just like puts his hand on Tommen's shoulder and says, There will be many other trash alleys for you to raid.
Oh, but this one was mine.
Who knows? We might be able to come back someday. And then you'll come over, you'll see these things, and they'll be shiny and new again. To you. You'll be able to buff all the they'll oxidize, and you'll be able to buff all the rust off of them when you see them again.
Okay. Bill, come on. They hook Bill up to the wagon and climb up into the driver's seat. Is it okay that I drive?
Cedar was so worried about what we were gonna do about the wagon, how we were gonna move it. He's attaching Bill to the wagon. I'm dying and I can't. I love it. Yeah, you can drive.
This entire time, Atlas has just been like talking to Bill, making friends with Bill.
Yeah, you can drive. Literally taught you how to drive when you what the fuck? Yeah, let's go.
So as Bill moves from the hay pile, Atlas sees a bunch of very shiny things within the straw and ultimately finds 46 silver pieces.
Nice.
Bored.
46, you said?
Yep.
He's a bullet dragon horde.
It's a very
He's
fine
been hanging out
horde.
with Tommen, so.
And with that, you begin moving. Where are you moving to?
Let me pull the map back up.
Pull up the.
I have the pre-mist map.
Oh, I have the actual.
We're on the west gate. I do want to make it to Bratslava.
Where are we at? We're.
There's no easy way to cross the river to go around the city, is there?
No. The river actually goes through the city at one point. And
how do you feel about going through the city? Or do we cross the river?
I thought the point was to stay out of the city.
The river's been touchy recently, and
Fine, touchy.
Not that it has like a mind of its own, but I think the mist wall,
mind of its own, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think the mist wall across the head of the river and like by Martyr Bay kind of affected its flow. So
it's not like that time you tried to make awakened dry ice, is it?
No.
I remember that experiment. It did
Not
not
like
go
awakened
well.
water, not awakened dry ice. There's completely different chemical compounds. But no,
Awakened dry ice was very, very mean.
I know. But it was funny.
She called me ass.
Oh,
50
she did
50
she?
50 points to everybody who got that reference.
I did not.
Nope.
Oh, it's just a Shakespeare reference. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Just much ado about nothing. It's not even a big deal. She called me ass. She called me ass.
Just
yes, the swirly black string is the mist.
Yes. The mist walls have affected it somehow, so it's been reversing flow.
Oh.
And it does so violently and without notice.
Sounds awful.
It is a little bit, especially if it's coming back from the Great Salt Swamp. It's like extra salty. If you get my meaning when it does that.
Love it, hate it, gross.
Yeah.
Have you brought Bill through the city with this thing when you went on your trash raids to drag your wagon back?
Yes, but I put him under a spell.
Do it. We're gonna have to go through the city if we want to be safe.
All right, I'll do it once we get within sight of the walls. It doesn't last very long.
Everybody, remember what I've told you about this place?
Just say it again, just to make sure.
rich hoity-toity stuffed shirt bastards born with silver spoons in their mouths that they stole from, that they literally everything they have it was stolen from the greasy underbelly. And when I say greasy underbelly, I mean just regular ass people that were stripped of everything they have in order to build up the riches for the rich. So
I have an out of character question when you have a second.
Yeah, what's up?
Would shape water, like if Atlas used shape water like over and over again to move the water to the side, could we like Moses across the river?
sounds terrifying.
Um,
How much does it move? Like a gallon?
Like 5 feet of water?
Five,
Five cubic feet.
no.
a 5
No.
cubic feet.
Okay.
No, if it was something like 25 feet every 6 seconds, then yeah, but
Okay.
no, not as a 5-foot
You'd
situation.
have to literally have both shape water and mold earth.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Or control water.
Well, yeah, control
Sort
is
of working in
definitely-
tandem either way.
Not the one that they have packed today. I'm just going off of what's going on the sheet. So
Can you imagine how OP that would be as a cantrip?
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
magic missile, but like
Magic missile is a level 1 spell, not
know,
a cantrip.
it's not a cantrip anymore.
we've had
Never
this
was.
discussion.
We have had this discussion.
Yes.
I literally said it like in such a way that I heard it in my past. I was like,
I can't recall when it was, because even in AD&D it was a spell slot.
I don't remember it being. Oh well. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. So as soon as we get within the view of the walls, I'll cast the spell. But
Okay.
just don't touch Bill when
Oh, I
he's
don't-
under
yeah.
the spell.
Are you going to make him into a pretty little pony?
No, I
You're gonna
wouldn't
make him
do
look
that
like
to
a
him.
pretty little pony,
No.
a donkey,
Why are you making this weird?
a mule.
Centaur.
No.
Magic. My
Why
God,
are you making this so weird?
God, you're my sibling, and I missed you, and it's been a while.
I missed you too, but you're making it really weird.
Of course, I'm making you. And I tousle his hair. And my fingers get caught in it, and I gently pry my fingies out because I'm used to it.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
You need to.
Ow.
You need, and immediately Athelstan's just like, you need to go.
I need to what?
I will be brushing this later.
They're in dreadlocks. Don't brush them.
Oh, sorry, you did say dreadlocks. I thought you said corals for some reason.
I thought you said curls too.
Did I
Yeah.
say curls?
I
You
don't
said red
remember.
curly hair. I wrote it down.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Backtrack. Retcon. Not
They're just
locks.
It's like
They're just very, very tight curls.
I
And
did
yeah,
model
your
him.
finger definitely gets caught. Like your
I'm-
signet ring snags.
Oh no, I wouldn't put that in their hair. I know better. I did model Tommen after gods. I need to pull up their TikTok name at this point, but they're a wonderful black cosplayer, and they do like this like brownish gray skin for like this weird little elven character, and I just really liked it. I have to look it up. I'll share it in the Discord.
Okay, sounds good. So
And their hair is
anything
red.
while on the trek to Il Atuk?
Keeping watch.
Anything in the rumor mill that we need to be worried about here?
Plenty. Where do you want me to start?
The beginning.
My brother, that's 15 months.
Well, what do I need to worry about immediately? Because I'm not exactly hard to recognize.
Probably the Kargat.
Pull up my hood. What's with the Kargat? How come they mostly stay out of.
Father kept them in check and in line.
Mm-hmm. I know
He's
that.
not here anymore.
I know that.
So what's to keep them in check if he's not here anymore?
But do you know what they're looking? Do you happen to have heard what they're after when it comes?
Power? like everyone else.
Did they actually organize a Tommen to try and take the throne?
From what I understand, they've always had a top person. Now, without...
Then they always seem so disorganized.
They've never been disorganized. They may come across as disorganized because their lower echelon is just not... You know, they're more mercenaries than actual agents. But the upper echelon of the Kargat have always been extremely organized and very cloak and dagger. They've always had a top person or top people.
Okay.
And now without Father here as the main power source and an empty seat of power, like just like everybody else, they're trying to take over.
No one knows how to actually take over.
No.
But they'll do stupid shit trying to do it anyway.
Yeah, basically. I've heard rumors there's a person in Il Atuk. They may have moved on to Vyaki by now, but they seem to know how to take over. Other than just saying, I'm the leader now, which is what Madame Eris is doing.
Adorable.
Yeah.
What was that second one? Vyaki?
Vyaki.
Who is this person supposed to be?
That's a city.
No, the person who moved from Il Atuk to Ayaki. Who is this supposed person who knows the things that Father would never have parted with? Did you get anything from Father's office?
No, it was destroyed.
Completely?
Mostly. I wasn't able to access it.
Okay. Did you happen to find out why Squalamus was on the table?
He was playing a game with himself?
Lying flat, spread eagle on a table?
Yeah. I don't I don't intend to ever understand how an imp thinks.
Mm.
As for the person that allegedly knows how to take over, I don't know anything about them. Other than they're a harengon.
That's a rabbit person for y'all who don't know.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I'm excited. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Okay. They're not, and they're usually they're, as far as we know, a few and far between for the most part around here. So,
yeah,
it's
they're not
necessarily a common thing. So people would have known if they saw one. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They would know that this is a rabbit folk of some measure. They're not uncommon, but they're not exactly commonplace. Like, you won't find any in Il Atuk other than perhaps this one that may be passing through.
Right? Well, if somebody's walking around spewing that they know how to take the throne, they're obviously a target, so keeping an eye out for them and getting to them before anybody else does sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, especially with all of the bastards kind of in play still.
Mm-hmm.
Tommen, did you say the Kargat were after you?
Yes and no.
Are you two safe? Even three safe to just be going through the city?
The Kargat...
Athelstan has pulled on his gloves and pulled up his hood, so his face is barely visible, but still.
Yeah, Keeley stuffed her halo in her bag.
I did see that.
Yeah, I did too. The Kargat won't act openly. Generally. They're not going to try and kill us in the street or anything like that. They'll wait until we're separated or outside of a city whenever we're vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So are we planning on staying in Il Atuk for any any length of time? Or are we just moving through?
It is the shortest way between 2 points, and quite frankly, walking through an angry river sounds like a poor plan to me.
It won't.
Fine.
I don't think it'll hurt us to stay a night or two in Il Atuk to gather supplies, get into intel like you seem to be after.
Okay.
But any longer than that, and I would be very wary of staying.
I know a place we'll stay 1 night. I've got some
Okay.
people here. And 1 night, that's it. We
Right.
do not go anywhere alone. The last time we stayed someplace in a fucking city and we split up, we got picked off one by one. And everybody remembers the
Technically-
password. Everyone
Never
remembers
mind.
the password, right?
Yep.
Technically, what, Keelan?
Not important.
Well, it is if you were going to say it.
I was just gonna make a joke about Breeze wandering off, but
Oh. Why would you wander off? Where did you wander off, Breeze?
I went to see a doctor.
Okay. That's fair. That's confidential.
by themselves in the port city.
Oh. No.
Oh, Tommen, I have to tell you about
Oh,
that.
no.
Yeah, there was a cool game we got to play.
Was it cool?
Mhm.
Uh,
We
It was
s-
scary, but we got out. It was
I
fun.
don't know if it was like one of the serial killers, but it was an illithid that was like trapping people in this hazy mist of like a maze or something like that in this outskirts.
Oh.
And in order to it put us like in a dome or like a cloche of some kind, and I misty stepped out of there. Sly gave me her portable hole, but you like to know what the portable hole is, right?
Why?
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
sitting on your shoulder right now?
Pretty sure, by the way.
Sly's probably.
Sly's like, that's me. Pat, 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 pat. Bestie and I make a great team. And Athelstan just like, yes. But gave me the portable hole. I go out. I throw the portable hole underneath him. He falls into it. And then, like, a second later, it imploded in on itself and became a gateway into the astral plane and sucked like a bunch of stuff into it and then collapsed.
Oh, that would have been so cool to see.
It was so cool to see.
Gods, I wish I'd seen. You get to always do the cool stuff.
It was pretty cool.
I mean, if you got a couple spare bags of holding, we can make it happen again.
I
only
highly
got the
recommend
one.
I mean, I have one, but I don't think I'm willing to sacrifice it for that. If we pick one off of somebody at some point, then maybe. But also, I feel like putting a dimensional bag inside of another dimensional bag is a really bad idea.
We put a dimensional something inside a dimensional something.
Yes, seems like a bad idea. Anyway, I'm sure that there's some sort of telepathic stuff that can be done, and you can watch it in my brain.
Maybe. I'll have to think on that.
You are not drilling something into my skull.
Look, I only suggested that once.
Yeah, when I woke up to you shaving part of my head.
It was a suggestion.
It was the first time I ever had an undercut, and the last time.
It looked really good. And gave really good access to your mandula oblongata. Okay.
Yeah.
You know I wouldn't do that without your consent. We had a very good discussion about consent after that.
Mhm. Yes, we did. Very proud of you.
Thank
We're
you.
like quietly walking through.
All right. Anything else during the walk?
Anybody else got role play they want to get through right now? Checks? Anything? I mean, I guess a perception check would be affluent. What's the word? Pertinent? Is that
Yep.
the word?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm having trouble finding words. I think my brain
Cranberry.
is Ooh, cranberry.
That is a word.
Orange cranberry muffin sounds good.
You want perception checks from people?
Sure.
I'm doing one.
Perception.
Ooh,
Eli's so distracted right now. Oh my god.
Dirty 20.
Natty 20 for 22.
Damn. Keelah got a 7. Alaric got a 13. I guess I'll roll for Sly because she's like really good at this shit. Minimize. She sees Athelstan like
scared.
doing a perception. Oh wait, no, she's not very wise. Never mind. Okay, she got a dirty 20 as well. We both got
Atlas
dirty
got a
20.
19.
All right. So
She's like,
Keelah and Alaric, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Keelah, at one point, Gabriella just kind of moves up beside you and shoulder bumps into you.
Really, just kind of. She doesn't really like brush her off, but doesn't really like respond.
Okay. And then, since you're sort of distracted, you don't notice her kind of fade away, move away from you, kind of keep her distance.
Everybody
really-
else sees that, but
Yeah, everybody else sees that sort of brief, butt-hurt interaction.
yeah, Athelstan like makes eye contact with Mina and then at Breeze.
Oh dear.
He's like walking along, and he just kind of. It's like a small half smirk. Anyway,
you can. She's very distracted, and you can tell that her mind is just fucking going.
Yep. So the rest of you begin to hear on the distance just the sounds of a city. And this, when you were in Rivalis, it is more of a fisher city. There's a lot of fisher people, and it's much more like small town feel with, big population, as opposed to what this is. Il Atuk sounds like there are hordes of people behind the wall. And you start heading that way, and as soon as you're within sight of the gates, Tommen reaches forward and pats Bill's flank, and you watch as Bill is transformed into a pair of oxen.
nice.
Only a visual, so don't go touching him because the proportions are different.
I've read that story.
But
You still have
It
a
works.
sending stone on you, Tommen?
yeah, I do.
Okay, I sync mine up with him. I boop our stones together.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes, it's tap.
Yeah. You might need an artificer to actually do that, though.
Tommen is an artificer.
What do
Yeah,
you
but
think
you're
I
not.
am?
I was talking out of character.
Yeah,
So
Tommen just
we-
like
we can't- we can't see your
sync up
moose.
we sync up our Bluetooth.
All right. So as you boop,
It's an
Tommen's
actual
stone,
Bluetooth.
it's
It's
Yeah.
shaped like a tooth and it's blue.
they actually do the thing that makes the boop happen, but you don't notice because it's like artificer shit.
I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
they do a thing
You're
and it
connected now.
works.
yeah,
It's magic and shit.
Yeah, it's weird.
it's science.
Cocks and alchemy and crazy eyes.
Lots of crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Where are we going, Athelstan?
Still thinking of how to get into your brain to see the. That could work.
You can find something with literally just a telepathic kind of dealy.
Could detect thoughts do that?
Something like that, maybe. I think that's more surface area, but if I'm thinking of it specifically,
Can dig in.
Athelstan, where are we going?
Yeah, where are we going?
yeah, where are we going, Affy?
You know that the main, not the main, but like the more renowned inn here is called the Caviar and Cushions.
The Caviar and Cushions?
Yeah.
Is that where he's got, some cohorts?
Yeah. Most likely they're there drinking or carousing or fucking.
Because it's a escort service as well, not a brothel. They're too classy for that.
Yes.
You said the Caviar and Cushion? I'm sorry.
The Caviar and Cushions.
Plural.
Caviar and Cushions. He lovingly refers to it as caviar in the cushions. Because it's disgusting. Anyway.
I mean, you could have called it Eggs and Pillows.
Eggs and Pillows. That's actually really good. You're a genius.
Breakfast, it's a bed and breakfast.
You get bedded while having breakfast.
Yes.
Stop that. That's gross.
What? I didn't say anything. You said it.
You're not allowed.
I am. Oh my goodness.
You are my tiny little sibling.
I mean, were you made 19 years ago?
19?
Is that how it works?
19 years ago?
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay.
The only one of... I love how we're all going...
Okay.
Yep. Kind of just like drops his hand on their shoulders, like, my one and only favorite of the Beaker babies.
Yeah, you're okay too.
Oof.
I don't know. There was a point where you and Justina were kind of like neck and neck.
I can understand that. I get along with her, and I give it along with her reasonably. Sort of. On the surface, I guess. Don't really talk, but... As much as one can talk to Justina.
If she lets you talk.
Yes.
There is that. So...
Sometimes she lets you loose. That was awesome.
That was a good day.
Yep.
So caviar and cushions then?
Yep.
Okay. And you find yourselves just crossing into Il Atuk. The high castle walls, not castle walls, sorry, they're more like just a wall.
City walls.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like spacing. You can
Words
see
are hard. Cranberry.
Cranberry.
Oh, also, I would like to say that that in the time that we were like packing up, Athelstan did inform Tommen of the password.
Oh yeah, he got the password last game.
Okay, good. Anyway,
Yeah, pretty sure we did that.
Okay.
making our way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull. Go fuck yourself.
So Il Atuk is a city of spires. And on those spires, generally gargoyles are leaning, carved into the faces of each building, high above and even at ground level, seeming to protect against whatever chaos or dark thought that may cross somebody who lives within these homes. On the surface, it looks like a very pristine cosmopolitan. The glamour is rich and everything is shining and gleaming. But as you move through, you begin to see the cracks in the facade. Cobblestone that comes up under your feet or under the weight of the wagon. Cracks in the buildings that have been painted over to look like there's nothing broken. And every so often, within alleyways between these buildings, you can see poverty. You see the grime and mistrust of being poor and living on the streets. Those people, however, kind of disappear as soon as you see them. You make eye contact and they scuttle away. Like if they're seen by somebody of higher stature, they know that it'll lead to something bad for them. For Keli and Athelstan, and at this point even Tommen, who kind of gasps quietly, the biggest change is the town guard. Before, it was a mishmash of elves and dwarves and humans and whomever else decided to sign up. Now, though, you can see the emblem of the Kargat carved into their chest plates. And every single one of them is blue-skinned. I'll show you a picture.
Oh boy. Are they Tritons?
Nope.
Oh,
I was thinking, okay, moon elf or
are they? Yeah, are they Underdark folk?
Nope.
Blue drows. Sexy blue elves. Sexy blue elven people.
They are definitely not sexy unless you're into this. Not me personally. But, share, please. Thank you.
Oh no!
fuck. Okay.
That's a wildling.
So this is a
They're
large
just out
change.
here in the open. They're just out here in the
They're
open.
out there in the open. And Athelstan in particular, you realize that this is very much a statement by Madame Eris. Anybody could be one of them. If they're out here in the open, anybody could be one of them. Watch your tongue.
Fuck. Don't make eye contact, anybody.
So these mouthless, eyelidless creatures walk by you, giving you sort of a cursory glance, checking into the back of Tommen's wagon to see if there's anything of interest.
It's just junk.
It's just junk. Boxes and junk. And they move along, not paying you too much mind. But pretty much wherever you remember a guard being posted, it is now replaced by one of these creatures in Kargat armor.
Fuck. We tread lightly, Sly, please. For the love of God, keep your hands to yourself. Okay. You got it, bestie. She reaches behind her and kind of reaches for Gordon's snout.
Yep.
Pat, pat, pat.
All right. So I'll share this record with you. This is Il Atuk.
Question mark, question. Ooh, pretty. Hate it. Nice map.
Thanks.
Yeah, your maps are always really good.
Bringing it with the maps, Affy. Can we get some butts in the chat for Affy?
What?
Some
like
butts in the
butts.
chat.
Okay.
Butts in the chat.
Oh, are you talking corgi butts?
Any butts.
Oh,
All
okay.
butts are allowed.
I appreciate the corgi butts, personally. That's just me. Okay. So I have the boomstick on there, sort of your party token. You've entered through these gates.
Oh, okay. It's just really small.
Ooh, we are really itty bitty tiny.
I mean, it's a very large city.
So it's small. Ah!
Yeah.
Sorry.
You
So
zoomed
these-
for me.
I did. I just wanted to make sure everybody was in the same page, literally and figuratively.
Wish I could click and drag, but I have to use the little doohickey in the corner. Anyway.
Well, if you have a middle mouse scrolly,
Ooh, you can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's nice. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, continue.
So you guys head down the first sort of path towards the caviar and cushions. It is more of a longhouse with a tavern as part of the main entrance. There's like a little kitchen that serves, like breakfast and lunch and dinner. But most of it is bedrooms.
Is there a stable?
There is a stable next door that you can
Put
hide
the oxen
Bill
away.
in.
Yeah.
For the record, Athelstan, for the record, I will now only refer to it as eggs and pillows.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So, got another map here because
So many
I'm
maps.
Map crazy.
She was
Huh?
ready for anything. Any detour.
Thankfully, you guys didn't detour too much.
Well, the plot line is right there. The plot hook is right there.
Yeah, because that has stopped you.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
We'll just take one of the.
Let's dig our way under the city. With spoons.
No, I've got lots. I've got lots of talismans. We'll just go to.
Back to Cartacus so you can deal with your own bullshit.
Harakir. We'll just go to Harakir. We'll go somewhere. We'll go somewhere new.
No,
I
don't want to go there.
I don't think going to Harakir is a good idea.
I have no idea what those places are. I just
Oh,
Harakir is a
I just
freaking
have-
desert.
talismans from them.
You have one to Harakir?
Yeah, I found it in somebody's house.
Van Richten's.
And Rickton.
Van Richten's. Yeah, it was Van Richten's.
I did
Oh,
update
no.
those just in case you didn't see them. So they have
Dude.
actual
Oh.
images and stuff now.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
Ooh, images.
Yeah, all of the mist tokens have images.
Oh, the mist tokens.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No worries. So you found yourself outside of the caviar and cushions, and Tommen kind of leads the way in. Is the door open? There we go.
Oh, wait, I'm attached. Ooh, I'm making tracks. That was cool. Whoa.
Why won't it let me in?
Let me into my own
I
map.
don't understand. Did I forget to put a door in?
Open,
What
close,
happened?
open, close, open.
It's because there's a wall there.
Oh, okay.
Eh.
Hey, I know how to map.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
There we
My
go.
map. Oh, it works.
Yeah, no, I deleted the door.
Bye, door.
So
Didn't need you anyway.
this area is not totally to scale because I fucked up, but
Okay,
See you in the door, out. In
we get the idea.
Hokey pokey, and you turn yourself about.
yeah. So the main entrance or the main area for the eggs and pillows is a warm sort of tavern atmosphere. The ground is covered in massive pelts, 2 of them, but they seem to cover this entire floor. There's a fireplace in the corner, a couple of tables with some cushy red chairs, and it's just a very, like, I won't say elegant, but it's a very comfortable and cozy, and there are a couple of people within here. There is a dwarf, Durgar actually, sitting at the bar, just sipping an ale. And there is a, sorry, spacing on the word that I need. My goodness.
X notes.
Giraffe?
No. Furbolg. Good God. I wanted to say cow, but
Cow
Gordon's a
people.
cow.
Yeah.
There's a Furbolg sitting in one of the tables, just enjoying a salad and some wine, and the bartender, who appears to be a almost iridescent dragonborn. Their scales aren't quite white. Whenever the light hits them in a certain way, they glint and glimmer and change colors. It's very beautiful.
Like pearl almost.
Yeah, like mother of pearl kind of texture or coloring. Yeah.
Literally, all y'all Gerblins in the chat who were around for both Christmas days. It's the bartender from Roman's Christmas, the furry detective game. Or the little guy who had the voice of Gilbert Gottfried for some reason.
So the Dragonborn raises their hand, and you can see this sort of pearlescent scales are all over. Hail and welcome. How can I serve you this evening?
Is this one of my cohorts or someone that I at least am acquainted with?
Yes, you are acquainted with this Dragonborn. Their name is Pearl, funnily enough.
Wow.
I know, right? Like I totally thought this up ahead of time. And they are them. They are lower middle class,
Like all of us.
more or less.
Or like upper low class.
Yep. Sort of bright purple eyes under heavy, heavy makeup. And they own this establishment with their siblings.
Athelstan kind of glances around. Does he recognize the dwarf or the Furbolg?
No, neither of those are familiar to you.
He'll go up to the bar and he'll cant safety, and he'll lift his head so you can see under his hood. Look them in the eye.
They duck their head just a little bit as you ask within Thieves' Cant for safety or safe harbor. They immediately pull out a shot glass and pour it's a clear liquid, but it has some viscosity to it. And they slide it across the table to you. Windsor, stop it. Who's playing with a plastic bag over one of the
Kitty!
tires? And in Thieves' Cant, they say, no problem. How many? As their gaze kind of drifts over to your companions.
Oh fucking hell! 1, 2,
9, 10?
The amount of people in this party is disgusting.
3, 6, 8.
3, 6,
Yeah,
7,
you added yet
Where's
another one.
Sly?
9. They're both outside. Sly and Leon are still outside. Oh, and
Oh
Gabriella.
wait, I control Sly, but I can't see Sly.
You gotta move a little bit so you can see them and then
Or
grab
if
them. There you
Oh,
go.
there they
Like
are.
on Sly's
There she
picture at the top, you'd be
3, 6, 9, 10. He will say 8. Yeah, 8 regular. He'll can't 8 regular, 2 big.
Oh, I see. And they immediately pull out a couple more shot glasses, 8 or 7 in particular, and 2 Collins glasses, and pours a shot for pretty much everybody.
On in.
Island.
The NPCs come in, take their drinks.
Good to see you.
And you, I'm surprised you made it.
No faith in me.
Well, we knew you'd gone, but when we didn't hear anything after what happened, I admittedly assumed the worst.
You care.
I care about your money.
There it is. He'll pay up.
They give you a link and
One
pass you several room keys. They basically lay out 10, so anybody who's doubling up can
Mhm.
basically take one for 2 of you or 3 of you or
I think
whatever.
it's best that we like double up if we can.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Or triple
Ulrich
up or
would
quadruple up.
Double,
grab
triple
a
up,
key
yeah.
for him and his wife.
What happens when Gordon like
Gordon
Yeah.
ducks down, careful not to hit anybody with his horns, and he's standing
Atlas has
there.
to like back in? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, but they still say
Coming-
beep, beep.
Coming under the door looking like what is that called? Where you I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh no.
I don't know what you're describing.
Limbo.
Everybody's got like the really
Oh,
bad
limbo.
ADHD tonight.
Yeah, we're all bad.
Yeah, words are hard. Cranberries. Cranberries.
Cranberry.
How often am I going to ever use that word for that?
Limbo?
Yeah.
We are literally in limbo right now, dude. That's what this is.
No, we're in Darkon.
Oh my god.
Man, I thought
So-
we were in the Shadowfell, but
We are.
Yeah,
It's literally-
Limbo's the area between.
regardless.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Focus.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So whether anybody takes a shot or doesn't, Sly doesn't. They just sort of hand it to Gordon, and Gordon takes both.
Yeah, Athelstan's
And-
taking it.
Sly and Gordon take a key.
I guess he'll sniff it. Wait, he's probably had it before, so
Oh yeah.
Ulrich could take it.
he makes a point to taste it before everybody else does, though.
Okay. It was all poured from the same bottle.
He
So
makes
there's
it a
no-
point to drink. He makes it a point to drink, toss it back to test it.
Absolutely. It tastes the same as it usually does. It's very, very strong alcohol, but there are notes of chocolate and coffee, despite being completely clear.
It's clear Kahlua.
More or less, yeah.
It's water. It's water rum chata. Oh, you don't know. Oh, Abby, rum chata. Make
I
Kahlua.
love rum chata.
I can't have it. It has cinnamon in it.
I know. It's so... My neighbor brought me some back
I
from
would
Costa
die.
Rica. You can get it in juice boxes there.
Oh my god!
It's so good. Anyway,
Mhm, yep.
just to add to that, though, there's a note on it that says "Do not serve to anybody under 4."
Nice.
So,
That's great because another one off of that tail end of that. My friend's grandma ran out of milk one time, and so in the morning she put rum chata in her Cheerios instead.
Oh
She was like-
no.
and
that
we
must
showed
have
up-
been a great day.
We showed up in the afternoon, and she was like, "Well, this morning I didn't have any milk, so I just put some rum chata in my Cheerios." And I was like, "Never, I want to be you when I grow up."
But imagine
She
that
is-
with Nesquik cereal.
She has goals. She
Oh
had
my
cheer. Yeah, right. She's
Anyway.
like, it was a good start to the day.
That's the start to the-
All right. So basically, you guys can go in here and pick a room for yourselves. There are enough for everybody.
Unless I
He
can.
grabs.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he grabs a shot and hands it to Gabriella. Look and just kind of I don't know, looks at her and raises an eyebrow like.
Just looking around.
Cannot see in the room.
Nope. Gotta open the doors.
The door is
Did you just go into the janitor's closet?
Maybe.
That's a room. That would have been funny. Oh,
Yeah,
wrong
sorry.
door.
Hang on. I gotta clear the frickin' doors. I fucked up.
I'm the map. I'm
The
the map.
walls come off. It's fine.
We're
Whatever.
stuck. I'm stuck.
Oh my god, give me a goddamn moment, please.
Oh my god, I glitched to the wall.
You glitched yourself into the wall.
I glitched into the wall. Help.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna turn the walls off.
Oh, I'm out.
There we go. Walls are off. Everybody can go do the thing.
Oh, I like the ambiance.
I know,
The rugs
I know.
are cute.
Wait, who's staying with who though? Because we
Yeah, that's
can't
what my
stay
question
by
was.
ourselves.
No, yeah, Cedar just wanted to see the map. Athelstan will look to Tommen and be like, "Can I convince you to stay in a fucking room and not in the barn with your oxen?"
Atlas goes, I'll stay with you.
In the barn?
No.
No,
Oh.
in here.
Okay.
Sure, Tom and me and Atlas. Let's go. Sly's like, "Wait."
There's a triple room.
And then remembers that Gordon is there.
Yeah, literally is what I was gonna do. Sly's like, "But Bestie, wait, thanks, Bestie," and he's like, "I got you."
And like I said, Ulrich will be with Liliana.
So, you staying inside, Tommen?
I guess.
Good. You'll do a sweep of the place to like try to get I guess figure out who is staying here aside from them and who might be around, if anything. So I guess an investigation?
Yeah,
Or like
absolutely.
or like a perception? Oh. I guess Breeze. Oh, Breeze. Hi, Breeze. Hi, Lucy.
This is going to be a busy room, isn't it?
There is a triple one. I just came in here because I was walking.
The triple one, your keys do not work at the store.
Oh, okay.
Bathroom.
That's okay.
Probably the owner's room.
Atlas is like, I am too big for the beds anyway.
So you guys shuffle furniture around just to kind of like make room for everybody. There's enough here that you would be comfortable. And Athelstan in particular, you know that basically you can ask for anything you need. So extra blankets, as many pillows as you want, you can get them.
Oh yeah, all that and stuff.
Just
Because
sort of-
Tommen likes to nest. I know that Tommen likes to nest.
I'm
Oh.
just finding it funny there was exactly 3 double bedrooms.
Completely unintentional.
One thing he will slip over and ask of Pearl. Hot water and a bar of soap.
Of course.
Coconut oil. And shampoo.
I can obtain those things for you. Yes.
Thank you.
Give me a moment and I will bring them to your room. Which one are you in again?
The one across the hall.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'll have one of my
directly-
siblings to go get them.
Across the hall to the right. I guess his investigation can be while he's in there. While he's walking around a little bit, I guess, waiting for things.
Okay.
I rolled a 21 investigation.
All right. So other than the Duragar and the Furbold, you don't really see anybody else here except the people who work here. So there's the 3 Dragonborn siblings and then some sex workers.
Mm-hmm. Any you recognize?
Oh yeah, they're
You-
familiar
ones
to
who-
you.
Okay. The union.
Yeah.
The unionized.
The unionized sex work. Yep,
Yep. Sex work is real work.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Tell us about the other. There's 4 altogether or 3 altogether, Dragonborn.
There's 3 Dragonborn.
Tell us about them.
So there's Pearl,
Mhm.
Opal, and Ember. And they very much match their names.
I was going to ask that next. I'm very happy.
They are all they, them. Pearl is front of the house. Ember handles the cooking. And Opal is basically a floater, can do that, can do the cooking. front of
Are they
house,
like-
sex work,
they like
whatever
them-
it is.
Are they like the mistress?
More or less, yeah. They
Madame.
kind of organize everything. They handle all of like the book work, the accounting, the spicy accounting.
They're the accountant. I'm an accountant. They're an accountant.
Spicy accountant,
Mm-hmm.
but also
love
an
them.
accountant.
I love them. All three of them are an absolute gender.
Yep.
Sex work is hard work. Viking!
And then there are the on-staff sex workers. There is a female tiefling by the name of Mary, or at least that's what she goes by. She's sort of like this cross between gray and purple skin.
Lavender.
Yeah, a little bit more gray than that. Little less blue.
We've definitely had a conversation or two about how we take care of our purple skin.
Yes,
and how
absolutely.
and how we match our clothes and sometimes like our makeup if need be.
Yeah. Then there is a Goliath male.
Okay. High
uh,
ceilings. Got it.
he just calls himself Strunk. And he definitely offers very specific services.
Mm-hmm.
Does he pull a lot of livers?
He lifts things up and he puts them down.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Strunk is actually Strunk, yes.
Quite strong. Okay.
And then there is a very big, beautiful genasi, fire genasi, bright red hair, very thick all over with like 5 C's.
Oh, thickums.
Thickums.
The bigger the figure, the more I can love.
In Gabriel Iglesias terms, damn!
Damn! Yes. Okay. They, them, she, he.
Any
It.
pronouns are fine. She generally introduces as female, but she doesn't care one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And again, very specific service.
Candles and whatnot.
Yeah, it was like wax and
Sure.
A little bit of fire play.
Yep.
Right around the tender areas. Name?
That's Penelope.
Or goes by. Oh, Penelope. That's a great name. And those are just the ones that we see a surface area.
Yeah, those are the ones that are on most of the time. They do have ones that come and go.
And I'm sorry, I have to ask this. Does Mina have a particular favorite?
She likes all of them.
Yeah, I thought so.
She's happy with any of them.
So we've been there.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
done that. We've
Yeah.
been there. We've done that.
Literally and figuratively, yes.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So it's just like the Fearbog and the dwarf. Cool.
Yep, the Furbog and the dwarf are the only ones you don't recognize or know. They don't. You can make an insight check if you like.
Yeah. And while I do that, I'll let other people role play.
Okay. We'll just clear your insight check first. Yeah, they're there. They're probably just passing through.
Got
All right.
Strong just walks by, just like kind of gives him a pinch, and he's like, "You're asking
Good to
for
see
another-
you, Athelstan.
You're asking for another arm wrestling match."
Wrestling, sure, if we want to call it that. And he gives like where he pinched a little bit of a soothing rub and then continues on his way.
Pleasant as always, is he not?
Of course. You liked it.
Maybe. She's like hanging off his ear, watching him go.
Wait, oh my god, Windsor, you're gonna kill yourself.
What's he doing?
I thought you were role playing. Like, wait, come back.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Windsor.
Windsor in the bag.
No, but
Oh,
the
okay.
bags have winter tire or summer tires in them,
Okay.
and he pulled
Oh,
it
no,
a
did
little
you-
too hard, and it started to wobble.
Oh no!
And they are not light
Oh no.
because they're off Vince's racer.
Whew.
Everything's fine. He ran away. It's fine.
It subtly moved, and he noped out of there.
Yeah.
he made a calculated decision, but boy, is he bad at math.
I can't math. I'm gay.
All right. So you settle in for the evening. Anybody doing anything?
I'll
Literally
wait to
or
tell you what I'm
figuratively.
doing. I'll wait to tell you what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're doing our hair like normal at some point.
Yeah. Are you doing a full braid circle again?
Probably not with as little room as there is here. So, like, Keeley would do Gabriella's. Probably not a whole lot of talking during that, but while she does, she would, the, like, one feather from each owlbear that Gabriella killed, she would braid into her hair for her. And she, like, after a little while of being quiet, she just... You gave up.
I didn't give up. I froze. It wasn't that I wanted to die. I saw Loth coming for me in the dark.
And you just accepted that.
She is my patron. I would have to. I told you, if she commands, I obey. It was a test. She stopped the ground from falling beneath me because I obeyed. If I had run, I would not have been able to outrun it.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
When you thought that I was giving up, what would you have said? If I had said yes, that I was giving up?
I was a medic during the war. Seen that look before. I know that look. I've had that look. I know I don't know you very well, but I know you better than that. You're stronger than that.
That's fair. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave you or your friends, my friends. But if she commands, I will obey.
There's something to be said about blindly following God.
You and I both know that that is accurate, but I would not be alive if not for her. I owe her everything.
How did you get here? Why are you here?
I
You
was
said you were
taken-
here because of punishment.
Aren't we all?
What did you do? I know what I did, but what did you do?
All those people that you healed, I did the opposite. I bathed in
Your
blood.
God punished you for that.
Not my God. But you and I both know that my God is not the only God in play.
Sure. I don't even know who mine is anymore. There was talks before I left that perhaps if we won, that they would be sent away, limited.
The gods?
Yes. All of them. Both sides. The damage that they caused was catastrophic. But I wasn't there for the end. If it's even over, I wasn't there for the end. So I don't know
Nor
what
I.
became of that. And just try to keep in mind that these people here care about you.
I know, and I care for them as well. But it doesn't change facts.
Isn't it, though?
No, not whatsoever. I told you, if she tells me to do something, I will do it. And that includes killing any of you. I don't want to. But I will.
You are of your own mind.
To some degree, yes.
I don't pretend to know much about your people. All the stories that we heard, I can't imagine that they were all accurate. Kills of monsters and dark dealings and deals with demons.
Most of them
But-
are correct.
I mean, there's no smoke without fire, but my people were not the saints that they made themselves out to be.
Nothing more accurate has ever been spoken.
Been a long time since I let anyone near me.
I'm sorry it was me.
I guess the same is true for you.
Yes.
You are... I don't know what you are to me. Something. Special.
If I were an unselfish woman, I would tell you to stop thinking about me as anything more than a bad partner. But I am a selfish woman.
I am as well.
Seal your heart from me. I will cause you nothing but pain.
First is probably true. But decisions need to be made. And I go where Athelstan goes. I don't ask you to come with me if he leaves. But just know you're special.
As are you.
That what I said, that you couldn't understand, was more to myself than anything, but... And she repeats in Celestial, my heart, my foolish heart.
Indeed it is. Indeed I am.
I know you've probably seen these. At least I think so, given the situation we've been in for the last week or so. But Keeley, like, turns around and shows her, like, removes her shirt and shows her back, where the scars are. These are all that I have to remember the choice that I made a long time ago. I was a coward. I'm not a coward anymore. What are you?
A ghost running out the clock.
Okay.
Don't be a fool, Keeley.
I've been a fool my whole life. It's an incurable disease.
I hear clerics have things for that. Or perhaps we should find a paladin.
I don't think what I have you can cure.
Perhaps.
Time will tell, I guess.
So it shall.
Just stay with me.
I will as long as I am able.
I just kiss her gently.
She kisses you back and settles back in to let you finish her hair. Looking much nicer than it did when you first started working on it. Still a hack job. But
Yeah.
it's okay.
Takes a while for that to grow back in.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else?
Assuming that Keeley and Athelstan are gonna have to find each other at some point too.
I got nothing.
I mean, if no one's else got anything, I'll say what I got. Breeze and Atlas can hear down the hall, just coming from the washrooms, what sounds like Athelstan fighting with a feral cat. As he bathes and scrubs and shines his younger sibling into some sort of hygienic condition. You have moss growing in your hair!
That literally just got there earlier when we were rolling around in the dirt.
Why is it so it's attached to your skull?
Stop pulling my hair, Moss.
Is this a mushroom?
Maybe. I was saving it
Why?
for later.
You need. Is this a pouch of black powder?
Maybe.
How did it get here?
Well, you have to store it in a safe spot.
I am way too afraid to ask. Way too afraid to ask. Get back to the room. Tommen's like grayishly weird green brown skin is just like shiny and sparkly. They're like, but very much like a drowned rat right now.
And
Got the
sulking,
hair.
just
Got the hair, and Athelstan's like doing the bonnet up. You need to take care of your hair.
I hate sleeping in the
You
bonnet.
need to take care of your hair.
I
You're not sleeping
know.
I have to take care of it afterwards and letting it dry a little bit so that way I can braid it for you and then putting the bonnet on.
Hate the bonnet.
You have black hair. You need it. You have a very distinct hair type. I didn't spend all this time learning how to work on your hair type to let you turn it into whatever it was back there. And he sits down and works on their hair. It's got like the toothbrush and does like the little waves up next to the scalp and everything. Does the tight braids and stuff. For those of you who need help with learning how to braid or work on your friend's black hair, if they allow you to, there are plenty of YouTube videos that will tell you just how to do it.
Yep. And there are a lot of black salons that will let you come in with your friend or companion or child, and they'll teach you.
Yep. Always good to learn something new.
Absolutely.
You never know when you might need it.
All right. Anything else before everybody tucks in for bed?
I think Alric would probably be talking to Liliana. More than likely, actually.
Yeah, of course. Anything in particular?
I almost thought I lost you back there.
But you didn't, and she kind of boops your nose. Still here.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I
It's-
lost you too once. But she kind of like takes your face and gives it a little, like how Athelstan and Atlas connected earlier with the hello. We're okay.
Yeah.
No sense in dwelling on it.
I should have been more attentive. I should have seen that coming. He's not the only artificer around. I am as well. I
Yes,
should
but
have realized.
their skill set seems to be a little different from yours. It's not your job to recognize everyone's work. And to be fair, a lot of that stuff was very well hidden. Even if you had saw one piece of that trap, you may not have realized how large it was. It was massive, Alaric.
Even so, I will not lose you. I swear I will do better. I will learn. I will get us home. If it's the last thing I do.
Please don't make it the last thing, because home is where you are.
I've worded that badly.
I've missed you. I know it was only so long for me, but I missed you.
You, Liana. I'm sorry if I've seemed distant lately. I am not trying to be.
I know how you get in your moods.
Decade of loneliness.
I know. I can only imagine. You know, I understand you probably better than anyone else. Maybe even yourself. Don't
But to be
worry.
fair, I've never really quite understood myself. Like, why do I wear this hat?
I assumed because your hair was thinning.
Not quite yet.
Just joking.
I've been trying to make sure of that.
A little vitamin E at the roots, you know. We're okay.
Just 10 years ago, I thought I might have lost you for good. Here you are again.
You know you can't get rid of me that easily.
And earlier, I thought I might lose you again. I didn't even think of myself when that trap was sprung. I couldn't let it take you.
Because you're my hero.
I am no hero.
You can tell yourself that, but I know that's not the case.
I am no hero, for I do things for a very selfish reason. For if I were to lose you, what would be the point of going on?
Our daughter?
Yes. And now we have to get back to her.
We'll get there. However long it takes.
And hopefully not long. I've waited a decade to see our little girl again. as he leans forward to give her a kiss.
She kisses him back. Kind of flicks his hat off his head. Just to check.
Still there.
She gives it a little pull. Fade to black. Anything else for anyone?
Yeah, as soon as Athelstan gets back.
Well, we'll go on a quick break and we'll come back to finish off the night and probably have more fuels. I don't know. We'll be back.
I
Yeah,
hope
we're
that-
going.
Hi, we're
Was that
back.
the first thing we came back to?
No,
Okay.
Aw.
That was so good, though.
That would have been great.
it was
Well, I
during
don't-
this.
That was
it
the
was
second
during
thing we came
Stinger.
back to.
I mean, granted, like, I don't really drink seltzer, so I'm sure there's going to be another one.
Probably. Any hoozle, we're back. And our friends, they're both here.
You're so funny.
I'm hilarious.
There it is.
Wow.
I told you I don't really drink seltzer, but when I want it, and I'm like really affected by it. That sounds like me when I fell down one time. You know, you hit the ground hard. When I hit the ground, I farted. Oh, that was a fear fart. Fearful for this conversation that's about to apparently take place.
Anywho.
Apparently.
We don't have to.
Cedar's into it. Oh, Cedar's
All right.
into it. Cedar laughs.
So we pick up with Keeli seeking out Athelstan.
Probably just finished the process. It's been a couple hours, you know. Slipping the bonnet on Tommen's head. Doesn't that feel better?
Sort of like leaning against the doorway, watching all of this.
It feels
Yes.
better, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. What do you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I promise I won't leave you again. Just imagine this like squeaky clean little sibling in the towel, just like
Goes and climbs in like his blanket nest in the corner and just sits there and pouts.
Yeah, pretty much.
where do you want to go? I will take you there. I'll make sure that you're safe.
I don't know.
We'll talk in the morning. Get some sleep. You probably haven't slept in an actual bed in a while.
No, I haven't. Well, no, I had my bed in the tent.
I know.
Fold out.
A cot.
Yeah. Works though.
I know it works. There's nothing wrong with your cot. It is an excellent cot. I had never seen one fold like that before.
Well, yeah, there's only so much space. Like the bag of holding only opens so big, so you gotta like.
Where's that shot at the bar?
That coffee and chocolate coming for you.
It's delicious.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Do you want me to check on Bill in the stables?
Please.
Sure.
Here, give him this. And he like drags the bag of holding closer and starts digging around inside of it. You see his head disappear briefly inside of it.
You
Comes
can't
back
breathe
out.
in there. You can't breathe in there. Okay.
You actually have 10 minutes. I've tested.
Okay. Leaving that alone.
On himself or somebody else?
And he pulls out like a hawk, like a pork hawk.
Like a
From
ham hock.
Yeah, a ham hock from like a wild boar. Here, give Bill this.
Okay. To be honest with you, it's not the weirdest thing that I could be carrying, so.
Yeah, no. I've seen weirder.
Considering I'm me.
Yeah. I know. Still love you, though.
Love you too. Breeze, do you want me to take care of your hair when I get back?
Sure.
Okay.
I can
He
do
likes-
Breeze's hair.
Oh, don't worry, Breeze. The state of their hair does not decide what they do with other people's hair. They're actually quite good at other people's hair. They just complain that their arms get tired, and they use that as an excuse not to take care of their own hair.
So they'll finish like half of it, have their arms get tired, and
Oh yeah, I've seen that do before.
It's actually called a hyperfixation, where I forget. But if I'm doing your hair, I'll hyperfixate on that and I'll finish it.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you imagine if you could see your own head?
Maybe I
There's
can
gotta
learn how
be-
to like remove it and then put it on the table in front of me.
no, I'm thinking there's got to be some series of mirrors you could set up so that you could see your head.
We just leave them
But then
talking
there's
about that.
then there's the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
situation of the arms getting tired still.
Athelstan like gets up and it just like heads over to the door and sees
on your
Keli
hair.
there and just is like, "Excuse me."
Like she kind of motions, like or follows, whatever, one or the other.
He's walking through the he's walking through the main hall, and just like kind of like nods at the bartender, nods at Pearl and Mary or whatever, whomever's around, Mary, Penelope, Stronk, and just kind of goes outside of the barn or the stable. I suppose Keli in tow.
If you don't tell her no, yeah, she's following.
He hasn't told her no. We get to the stable.
Yeah, absolutely. The stable is just out to the like northwest of the tavern, so it's really easy to find. You can see inside that Bill is still 2 oxen.
Yep. And Athelstan like looks at the pork hank and looks at the 2 oxen and just says, "This is gonna be weird." And he like takes it. "Hey, Bill," and he just you all right? Who is a good boy? Who is a very, very good boy? Yeah. And he just like kind of ducks down and like hucks it down what looks like between the oxen's feet. And as it just like disappears into the illusion.
Yeah, it disappears into the illusion, and you watch as the way the illusion is set up is that it's actually a mirrored illusion. So the oxen go down, but like the one on the right puts their right leg forward, the one on the left puts their left leg forward, and they both dip their heads down and start chewing on nothing. But you can hear the like tearing of flesh and the crunch of bone, and it's a very kind of disturbing sound experience, like a sensory experience. It's very odd.
Athelstan just like kind of watching in fascination. The stable boy upstairs is pissed himself with fear. In the hayloft stuff, just like kind of, and then just kind of like glances over at Keli.
That's
Good boy.
very strange. Very
Mhm.
strange.
Mhm.
Gonna stick in my head for a little while.
Mhm. Good boy. Good boy.
It's a plan, Athelstan.
Are you still with me?
You really have to ask me that after all this
Yes.
time.
Yes, I do.
She, like, turns and faces Athelstan.
He turns and faces her.
I go where you go.
Do you?
That has never been a question.
What were you going to do? What are you going to do?
Shake him up a little bit. You can growl at me all you want. Emotions were high. You don't get to dictate how I react to almost dying.
Was that your reaction to you almost dying? We were at fault in that. It wasn't his fault.
Maybe not.
Nevertheless, you've known her for such a short time. I'm not saying that you can't have feelings for whomever you want to have feelings for. I'm still trying to understand how you carry a ghost, how you carry a ghost with you for so long, and then this happens over the course of 2 weeks. But I digress. Are you with me?
Again, I go where you go.
That doesn't answer my question necessarily.
If you have to ask me that question after all of this time, what the fuck are we doing here?
What the fuck are we doing here, Keli? I didn't think I'd ever have to ask the question. For real.
Like it or not, these people are involved in our lives now.
I understand that.
That makes them important, Athelstan.
It does make them important, but that doesn't make Tommen less important.
I never said Tommen was less important.
You were going to do what exactly? For protecting themselves? That moment completely. I've seen you angry. I've seen you curse. I've seen you furious. I've seen that moment. I had not seen you like that. Angry. I don't think you know what you were going to do.
Maybe not. You're not the only one that has a little bit of monster inside of them.
I do like to embrace it. But I don't use it against my own. I'm angry with you.
Good. You should be. Means you're still feeling things.
I've never had a problem feeling anger. Rage.
This is a different kind of anger, and you know it. There's a difference between the anger that you grew up feeling, that you were born feeling, and what happened this morning. And you know it.
Why don't you tell me? Tell me the difference. Tell me. I shy real hard away from the word. I thought that I might actually have to hurt you. I had no idea what you were going to do. I'm angry. And there's a little part of me that wonders whether or not I felt betrayed. I don't want to be overly dramatic, but the context speaks for itself. So if it comes down to it, I have a question. I really don't want to ask it, but needs must, I think. It comes down to it. Is it going to be her?
It can't be
Over
her.
us? Is it going to be her over us?
It can't be her.
That doesn't answer my question, Kili. And you know it. You're avoiding it.
You may not be my son, but you might as well be. You might as well be. I wasn't lying when I said that I love you.
And why did you hurt me?
Sometimes we hurt the ones we love. Part of life. You never got to learn that lesson growing up. Because nobody loved you. Nobody taught you.
Not necessarily true, but nuance. What do you want?
I want to know what we're doing now. Now that we have Tommen, what's the plan?
For now,
Because
I have a plan to go. My plan is to go to the Institute to see if there are allies there. Find some safe haven for Tommen.
allies for what? What is beyond that next step, Athelstan?
Just continuing the search for allies at this point, because if we don't find allies, we're not going to be able to get out of here. We're not going to be able to stop what's happening around us. At this point, we need help.
Okay. So that's still the plan then, to leave.
Possibly, if we can.
There's always a way out.
It's not that simple.
Maybe not. Maybe it's as simple as finding one of the carnivals and stepping into the Feywild. Maybe it's that simple.
The carnival.
Atlas brought it up. Made me think. The one carnival, the Witchlight Carnival. They go back and forth.
And now you're willing
Feywild
to run
leads to
away.
many places. Willing to run away where?
Why is it now that you're willing to run away?
Never been this close to running away before. We had no information on any way out of here. We've been looking for a long time. And then suddenly, these people come into our lives, and we've got at least 2 different ways that we know of.
Yeah.
If you want to get her out of here,
I do.
fine. I've accepted the fact that I will never go home. I've made peace with that. When I let go of Rirka, I made peace with the fact that I will never go home. That doesn't mean that I can't try like hell to get you out of here. But now, these people are tangled up in all of the shit that we get into. So now you have to make the choice. Because you know what their choice will be. So now you have to make the choice. Do we stay with them? Help them, protect them, take them on as our own family. Get them out too if we can. Or do we take Tommen and disappear into the mist and become the monsters that everybody thinks we are? That choice is on you. Because I go where you go. That has not changed. And fuck you for thinking that it ever did.
Okay. You keep surprising me.
It was bound to happen eventually.
I fucking hate you.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, that was depressing. Even for me, that was depressing. Why? First of all, why would we ever run away into the mists? That's
You're
a
the one
stupid.
that keeps
That is a
saying
stupid
that you're a
idea.
monster.
Yeah, I am. Well,
Better
You're-
way to become a monster than join with the monsters already here.
in the mist? I don't know what's in the mists.
I know what's in the mist.
What is it? Why don't you enlighten me then? Because I don't think they're anything like a monster like I am. Granted, maybe that word is more unfair. I'd like to think of it growing more into something of that of a beast. Monster is a very Darkon kind of word.
Did I ever tell you how I got here?
I was there that night. You wandered out of the mist.
Was there anyone with me?
I don't think so. You wandered out of the mist, dazed, confused, speaking in tongues. And it was just celestial. I don't remember what you were saying, but
There was a man. Or if you could call him that.
a monster.
At the time, sure.
Okay.
The only way home, for me, the only way that I could think of to get home, was to go through the mist. Before I stepped in, there was a man. Carries a purple lantern.
Okay.
He guides those who not necessarily are worthy, but he guides souls through the mists. We'll leave it at that.
Do I need to make a history or an arcana check or something like that, Affy?
Religion.
That was almost really good. 14.
You're not sure. You know that the mist is sort of like a purgatory, but the people who reside here aren't dead exactly.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can sort of ascertain that the borders of the mists sort of rest against the Shadowfell and against the realm of the dead. And there is that little space in between when somebody is dying where the Raven Queen reigns. And she has a servant that carries a purple lantern.
He died.
I don't know for sure. I might as well have. I wasn't alive anymore when I got here, that's for sure. I thought he was guiding me home. And instead he brought me to Darkon. Half crazy and unsure of everything.
Okay.
I was a coward.
Thought we already established that the war that the so-called war that it was going on at that point was a clusterfuck as it was. And your side was, well, granted both sides were doing really shitty evil shit, but like
Just the nature of war.
saying no doesn't make you a coward. Besides,
I left all of those innocent people to die. There were not supposed to be women and children in that village.
mm-hmm.
It was just supposed to be soldiers.
I
And when
know.
we got there, we saw them. And the orders came down, no survivors.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do that. Rirka went back to finish the job. I couldn't do that.
And you think that makes you a coward?
Doesn't it, though?
No.
I ran.
So? Not following orders doesn't make you a coward. You gotta stop thinking like a soldier.
Been a soldier almost my whole life.
Yeah, but you're not a soldier.
Then what am I, Athelstan?
You're Keli. There's a
Regardless.
lot to talk. There's a lot to do, a lot to talk about. This place is fucking falling apart. We need allies. Before we're able to actually get out of here, we have to make it not collapse on top of us while we're still here.
So that's the plan then.
And that
Fix the domain.
like I don't see us getting out of here anytime soon very easily.
And how
I-
exactly do you propose we fix this domain? Who do you plan to have step into the role that your father left behind?
Well, we have to figure out how to do that in the first place. Can't put a butt in a seat if there's no seat.
Okay.
I'm gonna mention someone who apparently knows how to do it. They're heading their way over to Viki. Maybe that's something to keep an eye out for. Viki.
Like,
Thank you, Sky Daddy. Stop thinking like a soldier. Start thinking like Keli. Maybe a little more of that erraticness could be useful. From that Keli. But I think that if you ever, and I do mean ever think of doing something like that again, I will burn you. It will hurt me to do it, but you will never stand against Tommen like that again. Ever. And I'm not saying this as your superior. We've gone past that long ago. I'm saying it as your friend. And your son. If you ever make a move against my baby brother one more, ever, I will fucking eat your heart.
I mean, I think at this point that just makes Tommen also mine.
That's why it makes it a little weird. It's kind of matricide, sunside, patricide, infanticide. Yeah, infanticide. That kind of makes it infanticide. But nevertheless, I am smiling, but I'm serious. Understood?
It's not really a choice for me, and you know that. Go where you go. And if Tommen's there, then Tommen's there.
That's not what I said, though, Keli. You're starting
I will
to
not
speak.
hurt.
You're starting to
I
speak.
will not hurt
they.
him.
You're
I will
starting to
not
learn how
hurt
to play the
them.
game. You're starting to learn how to play the game.
Well, I've been around you long enough now that I should have picked up something at some
You
point.
talk in circles. You obfuscate. You dance. The game is how I survived. Don't play it with me. I'll take your word that you would never hurt, that you will not hurt Tommen. Don't break that promise.
I don't make promises that I don't keep.
Good. Because I guarantee my ripping your heart from your chest cavity and shoving it down my own throat will hurt me a lot more than it will hurt you. I can hear Bill's stomach gurgling, and it's starting to unsettle me.
I just pull Athelstan into a hug,
Kind of
whether he wants it or not.
Kind of like tenses up. I don't know
I
if we're
was-
here yet. I don't know if we're here yet.
I was so scared, Athelstan. I was so scared.
I know. I know.
She quit on me as much as she says she didn't. She quit on me.
Gabriella.
Yeah.
She
And
quit.
Atlas almost fell, and you could have been hurt. And Tommen could have been hurt by his own nonsense.
He was protecting himself.
I understand that.
And I don't think you give the rest of the party enough credit.
Maybe not.
Gordon got it done. Alaric got it done.
Doesn't mean I wasn't still scared.
You can be scared. There's nothing wrong with being scared. It doesn't make you a coward. One who lives without fear is no longer an animal.
Excuse me, if you're done your little heart-to-heart out there, I really have to get up early. I'm really sorry to bother you. But you're very loud. And kind of dramatic. And you see this like little face kind of pop over the top of the hayloft. Freckled face, kind of sunburnt across the brow and the nose. Blonde hair, little, probably 14-year-old human boy.
This
Sorry,
is about
sir,
to get a lot
and
bigger.
ma'am, and
This is about to get a lot bigger. Don't panic. And I like flip him. I flip him 2 gold.
like scrambles to get it. What do you mean bigger?
So
I've
you're the one
already,
who pissed- so
I've
you're the
already
one who
mucked
pissed
out the
yourself.
stall 4 times since you got here.
So you're the one who pissed yourself.
Didn't piss myself. You pissed yourself.
Stop playing with the boy. Let's go.
He knows too
Mhm.
much. You have to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Would like to do like a little perception insight on this child.
Sure. What are you trying to incite?
If this might be a mouthless horror,
Oh, okay. Arcana check in that case.
that's an acrobatics check, Cedar. God's damn.
I am I'm rolling so well tonight, you guys.
I am souling roll well.
Yes.
Soul
Yeah,
and roll
words
well.
are fucking hard, man.
Keli
Words are
rolled.
so hard.
Excuse me. Keli rolled a 4, and I rolled a 21.
This appears to be just a normal human kid. What was that for? I didn't do anything. I
Back
just
to
want to
bed.
sleep.
Go to sleep.
I know who you are.
That won't help your case. Go back to bed.
Mean, I'm just trying to sleep, but and he like mutters the entire time. He's like trying to sleep, like go tuck himself back in.
I actually feel bad for this kid.
Yeah, no, for real though. Athelstan kind of just like squints and flares his nostrils for a second. Hops up on the ladder, digs around in his pocket, and just like reaches up. You know how like a child like sets something down on a table and just like pushes it. You know,
Yeah.
he does that with one of Millie's muffins.
You watch this. It's like a hay pile with a blanket over top. And if you've ever seen those TikToks where how to feed
They're
your
like,
PMSy
Yep.
girlfriend, that's exactly
Yep.
what happens. This hand shoots out, grabs it, full icing in the palm, and yanks it back inside.
My apologies.
It's okay. I just really got to get up early. I'm sorry.
And no, it's okay. I understand. Sorry. He like hops down off the ladder and he leaves the barn. Stinks in here.
I go back to Gabriella's room. And
Eli.
yeah.
We're in a lot of trouble.
No shit.
Don't be ornery with me. Be serious.
I know damn well what kind of trouble we're in.
Are you sure?
I was in a war with gods.
That
I know the kind of trouble that we're in.
Oh, there is so many differences between gods and men. And truthfully, I reckon that that men are more dangerous.
I don't doubt that for a moment.
But we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You got me all up in my head. Get away from me.
Night to you too.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you very much, Mom.
You're welcome.
Old
Anything
bitch.
else for the evening, friends?
Pearl.
Hello, darling.
Can I have a drink, please?
Of course. The
Thank you.
usual.
Yes.
Pearl pulls out a bottle of it's sort of a, I hate to go back and use the same word, but viscous, dark red sort of liquid that they pour into a glass for you.
Mina's
And-
favorite.
The aroma of grapes and wine and copper all hit your nose at the same time.
Keelan grabs it before he can and drinks it, and then goes to bed.
Have you had this drink before, do you think?
Probably fucking not. She doesn't drink.
I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Yeah, we're waiting for it.
He growls and he's like, then he stops and he remembers. Oh,
It's rolling fantastic tonight.
that was
Oh
7.
my fucking god.
4
I have
plus
not
3 is 7.
rolled above I think my highest has been like an 11 tonight.
I was gonna say, have you rolled above a 10?
You do have inspiration
Oh shit, I do. Yeah, we're gonna use that.
if you don't want to.
That was even worse. What in the fuck was that?
Boom.
It's a 5. It's a 5, guys, gals, non-binary pals.
Okay. So you
Be like a truck.
throw
What was
this
that?
liquid
That was
back,
a bad time.
and you've had these flavors before, but not all together, because it's wine and blood. And it just leaves that thick feeling on your tongue, and the wine kind of mingles and coalesces with the blood in the back of your throat, and then you start salivating, and you have to find yourself to a chamber pot or the outhouse very quickly. Make your choice.
You know.
Whatever's closest.
Probably the chamber pot in Breeze, Tommen, Atlas, and Athelstan's room.
Well, I mean, my room is right there too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like right in between there.
He like grabs her gorget and drags her to the front door and just like holds her at the front door and just like shoves her.
Okay.
That's what you get. Go to the outhouse. Have fun.
You managed to get yourself over to the rose bushes along the front corner and just kind of paint
Yep.
them.
He like
Yep.
he like leans in the doorway and he's like, not
she's
as much
done-
of not as much of a monster as you thought you were ya? Don't touch my stuff.
I don't like respond. I don't dignify that with a response. I just take that fucking wand of prestidigitation that I've been carrying around for forever, prestidigitate myself clean, and go find Gabriella.
Brush
Okay.
your teeth.
I mean, like, I walk in the room and I just look at her and I'm like,
Them.
cabbages.
Oh, Gabrielle. Okay, sorry. Thought you were talking to the bartender.
Cabbages. Spells it out for you.
Athelstan bellies back up to the bar.
Your glass is already refilled.
It's a different glass, right?
Poor Keelai, she's had a night.
Of course. What kind of
Where's the-
establishment do you think this is?
I wonder how the bartender reacted to that whole thing.
Well, she knew. They knew exactly what was going to happen. So. I hate my family. Oh, that's. Ooh. Is that rabbit blood? Is that hair?
It's
What is
a
that?
bit of a mixture that Opal put together. Rabbit, boar, and Dragon Crush number 5.
It's great. It's gamey.
It was sort of Opal's thinking that usually we serve the Dragon Crush number 5 with rabbit or pork. So mixing it together should...
Ingenious.
They are a genius.
This is one of the few pleasures that I will experience in the coming weeks.
We can help with that.
Tempting. Very, very tempting. Mina's like tugging on his ear. Very tempting. I don't need that chemical right now. But I currently have I am currently sharing a room with a centaur man and my sibling and friend.
Well, if that puts the 4 of you in there, that would still give one more room that's open.
I'll think about it, but for now, I think tonight, just going to sleep. But I very much appreciate this. Now, quick question, my friend. Who's looking for me?
Well, I'm assuming you know the Kargat are after
Mhm.
any of the heirs,
Yes.
even the ones that are further down the line.
Yes.
Madam Eris is interested in having your attendance.
Attendance.
Indeed.
Now, attendance or my head?
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I certainly haven't received a written invitation.
Well, you know the Kargat have been fielding all of the ravens.
Yeah.
Very few have made it out of Darkon.
Yeah. You know, that's actually very interesting. I'll keep that on my mind. What else?
Well, Llewellyn, I believe, the Bog King, wishes an audience.
Is it true that the Bog King has a hand in these wildlings?
That is
Are
the
there-
rumor, but it's
there
difficult to
rumors?
tell.
Are there rumors of Eris and Llewellyn working together?
No, not directly. The only connection is the wildlings themselves. And Ebb has been inquiring for your presence.
Well, expecting something like that. What about lower down?
Lower down.
I haven't
About-
made many friends in the city.
Since Madame Eris has become the queen,
Sorry.
and
God
for a
save the queen.
moment you can see them tense.
God
And
save the queen. Long may she reign.
Pearl kind of glances around the tavern. The Durgar and the Furbolg are still present, and much like what you all determined when you first arrived in Darkon,
Yeah.
they're considering it now.
Yeah, that's why he covered it. That's why he covered it up as best he could into his wine.
Yes.
Sorry, been a while.
The Queen's deeds are great and many, which in Thieves' Cant means the precise opposite.
Mm-hmm. What of the ton?
At the Queen's beck and call.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Sweet dreams.
Of course.
So you return to your room, and Tommen and Breeze are kind of like in the cuddle puddle, like in the nest that Tommen has created. And Tommen is very like focused, like laser focused on styling Breeze's hair.
Their goggles are down and they're like
Yeah. Like there's magnetization, there's like this intricate tiny swirl of French braids that's being like done under, like in the undercut. And then the rest is sort of like over top. So just like moving the hair a little bit would reveal this sort of intricate braiding. And they're still talking about whatever it was they were talking about when you left. I forget.
The mirror contraption.
Mirror system.
Come and
Oh,
see their
yeah.
hair, their own hair, and be able to fixate on it.
Right. It's still, there's still the worry of how finite I can get it, because you know my hair, it's very specific, and having very tiny braids very close to the scalp is, you know, good. And you know, I don't know if I can make something dexterous enough to be able to do that.
what if you were the dexterous thing?
Tommen sort of like looks up at you, surprised to see you, because they'd been so like laser focused on Breeze, the conversation, and the hair.
And it's just like
Atlas is sound asleep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like an hour ago.
Give a fuck about this conversation.
And they tap the side of the goggles to make them demagnetize and push them up. What do you mean?
have you. But then you are behind you, driving whatever it is.
Oh. And you see that look come across Tommen's face of, I know exactly how I'm going to accomplish this, and I need like 4 goblins and like a gnome, and I'll be able to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Goblins magic is very strong. It shouldn't work.
But it
It
does.
should not work, but it does.
Like a bumblebee.
Yep. That's what gerblins are.
And Breeze
Just
is
Atlas, like a bumblebee.
And Breeze is just confused. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, of course.
What?
No, we've lost them,
would you-
Breeze.
But I don't even understand what you're suggesting. So okay.
Like, imagine you're sitting as you are,
Yeah.
and you're you, of course, but then say that Tommen was a vessel or something that you could control through your own eyes, if that makes sense. Tommen, I hope you know that I am not suggesting that you become a lich like Father.
What's a lich?
Oh yeah, that's kind of out of your wheelhouse of magic. Never mind.
Anything else before the night comes to a close? No?
I would like to ward the door some way with some some vine wire.
So you druid craft some vines to make some sort of tripwire so like a bell goes off. Is that what you're trying to do?
Something like that.
Okay.
I'm not here to be caught unawares.
All right. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Seal the windows shut, all that good stuff.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that with a bit of fancy druid craft. You get Atlas up a little bit to help out. I believe they also have something that would be
They're
useful.
like, again,
Does the door open in or out?
You make all these, the door opens out. I love how this is a question you need to ask me because you know who I am as a person.
Well, no, yeah, of course, but like the tripwire is
If
meant
I
like.
get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, then I need to know if I can actually get out of the door.
True.
That's what the chamber pot's for.
And
Okay.
the door doesn't open in or out; it goes straight up.
Or it just slides into the wall.
Yeah. Always ask what kind of door it is. Doors are the bane of existence of all D&D players.
Especially when Affy's involved.
Yes.
Check out our very first TikTok.
I made a
It
sliding
actually was the
door
second.
one time.
Oh.
I made a sliding door
It was the second.
one time.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. You all successfully complete a long rest.
I'm gonna pick out some spells.
I'm the little spoon tonight. I need to be comforted.
Okay, you're the little spoon. Whatever your sleeping arrangement is in that room with whoever is the big spoon.
I'm talking about Mina. I don't know where Breeze is sleeping. Atlas is too big for the bed. Tommen has a nest.
All right, so Breeze gets the other bed. Tommen and not Cedar. You're Cedar. Atlas are sleeping on the floor, but in like
Run
nests.
through the room again.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night,
So
Breeze.
Good night.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in the morning, you're awoken by whatever method is your preferred. No comments. But you do smell breakfast wafting in from the tavern area. And you also hear someone talking, and it's not Pearl or Opal or Ember.
I untrip my trap.
Okay.
And I just very carefully, slowly open the door and slice the pie just so I can get a clear here,
You're here.
So from your door, you would not be able to see into the tavern too.
Can I hear it? So.
Yeah, you can hear it. You could hear it through the closed door.
Yeah, but I want to hear it clearer to hear who it is, if I know them, or what they're saying.
Make a perception check.
With pleasure. I have inspiration, don't forget, y'all.
You've been rolling great all
I'm
night.
rolling terrible tonight, you know? That would be another dirty 20. I'm saying I'm rolling terrible so that way I don't fucking jinx it.
You recognize this voice.
Oh boy. Okay.
What
Who is?
is he, darling? I must simply speak with the prince. I must. You must bring him to me immediately. My lady, you know we can't do that. Our guests are in private rooms at the moment. It is of utmost importance that I speak with Prince Rex immediately. And I will not be leaving your fine establishment until it happens.
Do we all hear this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. She does not. She's not one for not making a scene.
She's not one for subtlety.
Does Keeley recognize this voice too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh.
I whisper to Athelstan, is this somebody that is gonna help you?
Probably not, but I am curious.
Is this Madame Eris?
Yeah.
Kind of figured.
Yeah. She's putting on a bit more of a snooty accent than usual, so you know that she's got her dander up. Feel free to hide in here if you need to, but I think I have an opportunity for a dramatic entrance.
I
And he'll just like sorry.
Are both of you technically princes? We could just send Tommen and...
Tommen's like in the nest, like no. Why would I do such? Why would you suggest such a thing, Breeze? That would be hilarious. Tommen, do you want to go see our lovely, lovely night? Didn't think so.
Nope. I have to take my braids out. Sorry. Bye. And they
Just,
like
like,
duck under their tent, like their fort, and start like rustling around.
I will retrieve you some breakfast, my dearest sibling.
Thank you. You're my favorite.
You're also my favorite. Breeze, want to go watch some drama?
Always.
Possibly a knifing. She might try and kill me. Who knows? Or she might have brought somebody to try and kill me.
Is... Madame Eris isn't anything...
Is she a civilian?
super evil, right? Like any kind of...
You don't know.
Yeah.
Any kind of creature that's not...
Kind of a-
humanoid?
What is Madame Eris? Hang on.
Madame Eris is a Earth Genasi.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They're not technically elementals then, correct?
Talisferi. Miss Talisferi. Probably called her Tally when they were kids.
Make a history check for me.
Me?
Yeah, we'll see how much you remember of your history with Tally.
I'm gonna take an inspiration.
Sure.
This is important. I rolled a 13 total, my friends. Come on.
A little better.
A little better. 15.
Okay. So Tally didn't show up on the scene until you were in your teens. And
Is she younger or older than
older?
Athelstan?
Not considerably older, but when you were like 17, She was likely mid-20s, late 20s. She came in like a storm and just completely overtook the ton within like 6 months.
He can play the game.
She is excellent at the game. She is incredibly wealthy. And what you know of the underbelly of Il Atuk, she is vicious.
Class A bitch.
Excellent.
Did she have a preferred method of combat?
Um,
Were there any duels that he was witness to or anything like that?
no, she never openly dueled.
Okay. He steps into the hallway and kind of like reaches over and kind of knocks on Keeli's door.
She
With his
steps
knuck-
out with her halo on. Because at this point, there's no more hiding.
Come
Maybe-
now, Pearl. I know he's here.
He just like he's like leaning in the doorway, listening to her her tirade. One more time, Affy, please. A little more. A little more.
I simply must speak with Prince Rex. It is of the utmost urgency. Preferably the third one in line, not that Ranlar fellow, or the insane pyromaniac younger one.
Now, that's not very kind, now is it?
Kind of glances over her shoulder, and
Tommen
before
is-
you
Tommen is more than just a pyromaniac.
Before you stands a large woman in most senses of the word. She is approximately 6'8" and broad of stature.
She's 1 inch taller than Athelstan. 1 whole inch.
He did that on purpose.
She is a big lady, and she is cinched tight in a corset, but like her boobs are
Big old
barely
bitties.
contained.
Tig old bitties.
As someone of this stature, corsets don't do much. And you can see that she is wearing like a kilt style dress over this corset, like an overdress. She has her pipe in one hand, and she's leaning on a very ornate crutch with it looks like it's made of very expensive wood, and there's an actual platinum emblem that's stuck to the side of it. And she has a hat on with a big orange feather. And she turns to see you and immediately brightly smiles. And her eyes are very odd. Like yours are odd, but hers are odd too. What would normally be the whites of the eyes are completely black. And the irises are this like a toffee color almost. And it's sort of disconcerting, the black on brown.
Like a wolf.
A little bit. And she smiles brightly at you. Oh, there you are, my darling. What have you been gone
cousin
so
Tally.
long? And
Dearest cousin.
she walks towards you and gives your face a little pat.
He plays the game, you know.
Yeah. It's so good to see you. I
And
was
you-
worried about you.
And you as well. I hear you've been so busy, cousin Tally.
I have. It has been absolute chaos since you've been gone.
I heard. I know. I must say, it's only been about 2 or so months for me. You know, the horrid changes of time as one travels through the mists.
I can only imagine what struggles and fights you've gone through. But I'm so glad you've returned.
It is so good to be home.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Two giant beings just
Faking it.
what's it? Yes, it is. Y'all have never seen Athelstan so fucking fake.
It's real bad.
Somehow his shark tooth smile is charming.
He knows how to play.
Oh gods, yeah.
So thank you everybody for coming and watching us over on YouTube and Twitch. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you for our next game. Our next game here on the Vecteer is on Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for Fixius 5, which is our All Ladies and NBs game. But we're also going to be over on Goodman Games Official on Wednesday for a new Mutant Crawl Classics campaign run by DM Jeremy and hosted by him and I. So
Ooh.
it's going to be fun.
I'm gonna be there too.
I wasn't
Well, that's
cutting
a
you
given.
out.
That's
I
a
was
given.
just saying, he's DMing, we're hosting, you'll be there. Ryan is there.
It goes
Fuck, I
without
forget
who's
saying
playing.
that you're going to be there.
Ryan.
Unless you literally say that every
And
time.
Jeff.
And Jeff, yes. Jeff Lamont. Love him to bits. Can't wait to play with him
Jeff.
again.
So
Jeff
badly.
Fuff.
So badly.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, you give that man a second win and he will roll too.
You rolled 2 ones.
Yep.
So stick around for the raid, everybody. We're going to go raid Cantrips and Coffee, which is a wonderful podcast that you should check out if you haven't. But they're here on Twitch every Monday or every other Monday. I can't remember. Every other Monday, doing a Spelljammer campaign. So we're going to go raid them and show them some love.
I just saw the fucking hero forge of Madame Eris. That's a big woman.
I told you, she's a big bitch.
Is the big woman here.
We'll see you next time.